What's up, everyone? Daniel Kaiser here at E3 2018, hanging out with Compulsion Games. Guillaume and Whitney are here to talk to us about We Happy Few, the talk of the show at E3 for a couple of years now. So tell us what you guys are showing off at E3 2018.
Of course. Well, we showed the first 5 minutes of the intro to the story 2 years ago, and so we're back this year to show that the story continues. Yeah, we have a demo where people can actually experience the entire story campaign of the game.
For those who are unfamiliar, if they're just catching up with what We Happy Few is all about, Whitney, can you walk us through the story and the setting? What are we experiencing here?
It takes place in 1960s dystopian England. The society did this very bad thing during World War II, and so they've developed this drug called joy, and they take the drug in order to forget this terrible thing that they did and to live a blissful, happy life. You play 3 characters with very interwoven personal relationships to both the history and each other.
It's a very compelling story, and you've done an awesome job with the artwork, character direction, and everything. But tell us a little bit about the moment-to-moment gameplay. What are people actually doing when they pick up the controller or keyboard and mouse with We Happy Few?
Well, it's a first-person action game, so there's some stealth elements, some combat elements. You also have this concept of having to conform within society. So depending on the area that you're in, there will be different rules that the player needs to follow. In the village, for example, where people are still high on the drug, there's a number of situations where you might be in trouble if you're not yourself high. And taking the drugs has some short-term benefits because you can kind of blend into the society a little bit better, and you get to see the world from the eyes of the people who are on the drugs. But it does have a number of negative effects that comes from that. You can play the game by whacking everybody on the head, or by hiding, or by taking lots of drugs and coping with the consequences of it.
Now, we touched on the art style a little bit. Is it something that you landed on right away when you set out to design We Happy Few, or did it take a lot of iteration to land where you are?
In the very beginning, it was based on this idea of wanting to do an urban survival game in a dystopia, but not like your regular dystopia where everything is bleak and miserable and gloomy. There's been a lot of collaboration, and I think everyone has put themselves in it to some degree. So you can find bits of all the different members of the team in the game.
Now, obviously, fan feedback is also shaping the direction of the game. It's been in early access for a little while. Talk a little bit about what the community has been giving you in terms of feedback and how you're applying it to the project.
Well, the community's given us a lot of systems feedback about what they liked and didn't like in the game. We got a lot of feedback from a segment of the community that said, hey, we really like the story in the world. We'd like you to develop that a little bit more. And that was very influential in terms of where we put our effort. If I was to look 2 or 3 years in the past, I don't know that we would have realized that we were going to have this level of scope of development if it wasn't for the community being so excited.
Now, of course, behind the scenes, Unreal Engine 4 is helping you all achieve your goals. Talk a little bit about how Unreal Engine is helping to power We Happy Few.
We're a relatively small team. We're 36 people for the size of the game that we're shipping, and I don't think it would be possible for a team our size to output the level of quality and content that we have without the tool set, just on the art side, but as well on the level and design and scripting side. So yeah, it's been a super positive experience with us so far.
Well, we appreciate you all very much. Can you tell everybody out there where they can go to learn more about the game?
Yep, www.wehappyfewgame.com.
Fantastic. We appreciate your time here at E3. Have an awesome show. We'll look forward to learning more in the very near future. And for the latest on all things Unreal Engine, you can head online to unrealengine.com.